Salam, everyone. Um, we are live again, live streaming, and I have a guest with me today for our program, Home, Kirtan, and Chat. Mandir Singh, can you hear me okay?
Yeah. Can you turn that up a little bit?
All right, great. Well, we're live, and it's Friday, and another program in this series, Home, Kirtan, and Chat. And as I said today, I'm very delighted to introduce you, if you have not already met or listened to Mother Mandir Singh, but to introduce you to him. And he's going to play a little music in a few minutes, and then we'll talk a little bit about that. We'll talk about anything that sort of comes up. And if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments, and I'll get to them when we're a little bit further along in the program. In the meantime, if you want to put in where you're from, say hi, that'll be great. So, Mother Mandir Singh, you've been playing music a long time.
Yes, indeed.
So, childhood experience for you?
Yes. My mother started me on piano lessons, I think 7 or 8, something like that.
All right.
And I struggled with that, but kept up for some years, and then saw the Beatles on the Ed Sullivan Show, and my parents were watching it with me, and I just said, I want to learn the guitar. I want to do what they're doing. So
we all pointed to that and said, yes, I want that.
Yeah, it looked good. So, yeah, then I picked up the guitar and started taught myself the guitar from the Dylan records and Donovan and all the singer-songwriter type musicians.
What was the first chant, if you could remember, that you played, maybe?
Guru Ram Das chant.
Okay.
It was back in the early days of the ashram in the early 70s. Guru Ram Das chant we used to sing for 31 minutes in every sadhana. So if you're a musician of any caliber, you were called upon to play. I'd never played 31 minutes in a row before. Of course, most songs are 4 or 5 minutes. But so that was my, all the early chanting was Guru Ram Das chants.
I think most people who are not musicians don't really understand what kind of challenge that is to play the same thing for 31 minutes.
Yeah, and recording for 31 minutes also, to play it perfectly for 31 minutes. Of course, you can correct some things, but yeah, there's work involved for sure. Yeah,
it's a Zen kind of space you have to get into there too.
Yeah, very concentrated, very focused. Music is a great challenge, but also a great blessing.
All right. So during this time of COVID isolation, a lot of us are challenged with different feelings and stresses. You decided when I asked you to play this particular shabad, Jima Jima Varise.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's, maybe you could explain a little bit about why that came to mind during this time.
Yeah, it was something I was starting to work on, because I'm trying to record all my unrecorded compositions, which there are many, like 100 or so. And I was starting to work with this. It's something I had composed 3-4 years ago and had never really properly recorded it. So, and I have a Bandcamp page now with all my new stuff being recorded on it. So this was on my mind to play. And when you asked me the question, I took a few hours and thought about it, and I thought, well, I didn't consciously pick this to play in this time, but when I thought about it, it's so fitting to go internal, because the Shabad is all about how everything is within our internal life to experience, and everything outside is basically an illusion, a world of illusion, Maya, the yogis called it. And this Shabad speaks exactly to that, and what is eternal and what lasts forever and what is constantly changing. So I found it very comforting, and it talks about everything is within the home. And for a lot of people, that don't have outside space, they're living a lot in their house also. So it kind of course, the gurus are referring to the home as being the body. And they're saying to experience God, you have to go inside. And that's what the shabad is about the sound current, how to go inside and listen to that inside.
And I understand that you do it in two different ways. One is with the Gurmukhi words and one is with the English words. Is that right?
Yeah, the first one has a Gurmukhi, but I also interweave the repeat line in English into that as well. And then the second version of it is pure English, just to get the meaning of the words. And a lot of times I find it very rewarding for myself to sing just in English, because then I really can grasp the meaning. Of course, you lose something in translation, so I like to do it both ways.
Yeah, and the power of the nod of the Gurmukhi sometimes is also deep
Yeah.
experience.
Right.
So, would you like to play for a little while?
Yeah, I can play the shabad, and it's about I think it's 14 minute, maybe a little less, like 12, 13 minute, if that's okay.
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
Okay, so go into it. Let me get the soundtrack on here too. Jim Jim Barse Amrit Dhara Man Pive Sunna Shabad Vichara Anand Binod Kare Dinarasi Sada Sada Harakela Jio Sab kich gar mein bahar nahi bahar dhole so bar mablahi Prasadi Jani Antarabhaya So Antarabhaya So Elajiho Amrit Dhara Manabhive Sunna Shabad Vichara Anand Binod Kare Dinarati Sada Sada Harakela Gio. Slowly and gently, drop by drop, stream of nectar drizzles down within. The mind drinks it in, hearing and reflecting on the word, the shabad. It enjoys bliss and ecstasy day and night, and plays in the play of the Lord forever and Janamaka Vishurdiya Milniya Satkirpate Sukhahariya Sumatapaye Amritara Manapive Sanna Shabad Bichara Anad Binod Kare Dinarati Sada Sada Harakela Gio. Slowly and gently, drop by drop, stream of nectar drizzles down within. The mind drinks it in, hearing and reflecting on the word, the shabad. It enjoys bliss and ecstasy day and night, and plays in the play of the Lord forever and Jaltarangeo Jale Samaya Jyoti Sangha Jotamalaya Nanak Brahm Kate Gavara Bahur Nahoiya Jola Jiya Amrit Dara Manapive Sunna Shabad Vichara Anad Vinod Kare Dhinarati Sada Har Kela Jio Slowly and gently, drop by drop, stream of nectar drizzles down within. The mind drinks it in, hearing and reflecting on the words of shabad. It enjoys bliss and ecstasy day and night. Plays in the play of the Lord forever and
Wow.
Hey.
Yeah, beautiful. Thank you. So there's some beautiful lines in there that, just they talk to me about this time, like the structure of this is poetically interesting to me also in this composition. So this was written by Guru Arjan.
Yes.
And so there are 4 stanzas. Each stanza has 3 lines. The first 2 lines rhyme with each other, and then the last line of each stanza rhymes with each other. Yeah, it's pretty cool. The sophistication of these kind of things in this modern age, looking back 300 some years, and realizing that, they were very aware of the structure, the flow, both the meaning and the poetry and the nod of it all. Pretty amazing, huh?
Yeah, it's super amazing. I think they were very much masters of language and masters of sound. And
Yeah.
that's why it rings so true today, the meaning and also the nod of it, the sound of it.
Yeah. So as you look around for something to um, work with, like if you're looking at shabads, for instance, um, is it kind of just a random thing that you find something that just sticks out, or do you pursue a particular type of thing, or do you know what your approach is?
It's different. It varies a bit. I mean, some of it's just random. I'll be reading something in the Guru or take a hukam and something just stands out to me and I think, wow, I really want to explore this text. I want to master this concept. And so my way of doing these type of thing is to compose music to it and play it over and over and then record it. And through that whole process, yeah, it helps me. It's like a form that helps me to go deeply into the text, both in Gurmukhi and also the meaning of it. And so one way is that I just, something speaks to me and it's beautiful. And something like this particular Shabad I was listening to, I remember back my first trip to India to the Golden Temple, and there was this Ragi Bhai Gurmel Singh, I don't know if you remember him.
I do.
From the old days. He had a beautiful voice and he used to sing this Shabad, different tune, similar tune but different. And I loved that Shabad whenever he played it, and then I think I had a recording, a little cassette recording of it that I took home with me. And so I've always resonated with this, and 3 or 4 years ago I composed it, and the English version actually I composed, I don't know, 20 years ago maybe. And then when I put it together, well, I had both the English and the Gurmukhi, so that was a nice discovery as well. So it's the process can be different at different times. Sometimes it's just memory and history, and sometimes it's something I just discovered that's current for me.
I remember this Shabad from back in the early 70s, I think, by Gopal Singh, who was very famous Indian Ragi.
Right.
Recording of this. And I remember hearing it a lot, and then people would, learn it from that. And so I remember this from that time. It was kind of popular. And
Yeah.
I had not thought of it much in the last 20 years or so. But yeah, your interpretation of that, and it's beautiful, very nice. We've had a lot of people signing on to our Facebook page. Let me just call out a few people. Some people are regulars. They've been coming to the other shows that I have running, both the Home Kirtan and Chat, and also the Your Miracle Mantra Moment. So some of them are Kiran Deepkar from London, Araceli from Mexico City, Catherine from Seattle, Vic from Russia, Hargumukh Paul Singh from Chicago. I don't recognize the flag, I'm sorry, Puka, but it may be some Eastern European country, I can't make it out. Let's see, Lakvir Singh from Kenya, he's a regular. Hardeep Singh, Manpreet Kaur, Michelle Manmeet Kaur, Guru Sahai, and Aaron, and let's see who else. Ajit from India. All right, so if anybody has any questions for Madhamandir Singh, feel free to put it in the comments section, and we'll see what he can come up with for answers. While we're waiting to see if anyone does that, so you lived for a long time in Europe. How many years?
Yes. I lived there 22 years.
Yeah, so how do you see that time, the culture that's there, because it's a mix of cultures, how do you see that influencing your music?
Well, I must say my experience in Europe was so beautiful because I played with so many fantastic musicians in every country, in Italy and Russia and China, and traveled from Europe into everywhere. And played everywhere I went. I played with a local musician, and I just had such a joy to do that, and the variety of people and styles of music. And so that was very rich for me musically, in that I connected with so many different musicians. Often just for a short time, I'd come in to do a concert, practice for a day or two, and then do the concert. And some of them I've never seen since those days, but it just exposed me to a wide variety of musicians, really talented, beautiful musicians. And I was based in Amsterdam, Holland, which is very much an international city, so there were musicians there from every country in the world. And I also met many musicians and recorded with many people. Most of the recording I did was in Amsterdam. So it influenced me very much in that kind of, you can say, a world music sphere. I also studied tabla and raga while I was in Amsterdam with a teacher who lived there, a Muslim teacher, Indian teacher, as well as traveled to India several times and studied with people there. So it was a very rich time musically for me, I must say.
Well, we've got Satkirtankar from Amsterdam listening.
Oh yes, I know Satkirtan.
And we've got Chandra Ardaskar from Michigan, who said she heard you play at Triple Crane Monastery.
Oh yeah, yes, that was last year, yeah. Wonderful.
Good. We've got Lakvir Singh asking the question. I'm not sure it's framed exactly clearly, but let's try. He says, what's the deepest way that you connect with Shabad Guru?
The deepest way I find is to put it to music.
Yeah.
Although in the Guru there's a couplet which talks about how we should write it, how to lick, how to sun, so you listen to it, write it, memorize it. I can't remember all the Gurmukhi of it, but to put it to music is also listed there, to sing it. And for me, my way of meditation on Shabad and Shabad Guru is to put it to music and sing it and sing it and sing it. I find that's the most, and indeed it's in raga, isn't it? It's the only scripture in the world that is meant to be sung. It's written in raga, meant to be sung, although I don't sing it, of course, in raga when I play guitar. But I find for me that's the deepest meditation, is to sing it and compose to it and play with the words.
Makes me want to ask, because I know the answer, that you also play Rabab.
Yes.
And
I studied many Indian instruments over the years, sitar and dilruba and all those things. And when I discovered the Rabab, I mean, it's a very traditional in Sikh Dharma because of Mardana, the companion of Guru Nanak. But when I found the Rabab, it's so much like a guitar, and it's a very simple folk instrument. It doesn't have a lot of pretension to it. And so I fell in love with the Rabab and have played that almost exclusively in terms of Indian music in the last 2-3 years.
And for those listening who don't know what the Rabab is and why that's of any special note, the Rabab is a stringed instrument, as what I've understood, a little like a guitar, and you fret it. It has no frets, though, right?
Well, some have frets, different styles, different countries make them different. Afghanistan a little different than Pakistan, a little different than Indian. So some have these metal frets that are wired on like a sitar, but mine is a fretless Rabab.
Okay. So in that way, it's a little bit like a sarod, right?
Yes. It's similar in shape to the sarod. I believe the sarod they copied the Rabab and made it more into a classical instrument, is my understanding.
And
very similar.
In Sikh Dharma, the Rabab is particularly historically interesting because the musician who first traveled around and accompanied Guru Nanak, Mardana, he played the Rabab. And then
Right.
for generations afterward, most of the musicians in the court of the Gurus were Rababis or Rabab players.
Yes, correct.
So when you approach playing something on the Rabab, a Gurbani, a Shabad, do you have a different part of your brain that comes on board?
Well, it's definitely different than the guitar. And I must say, I didn't have the ability to study the Rabab with a Rabab master. So because I had studied a lot of the Indian instruments, I just sort of applied what I had learned from those, the ragas I had learned, and the way of the mean, the slide, and the gamak, and all those technique. I just applied it to the Rabab in my own fashion. So I'm a little bit of a self-taught Rababi, I must say. I look forward to the day where I meet a Rabab master and actually can learn it properly. But to me, it really holds the essence of Indian original music. You get the raga just is so right there. It just jumps out at you. So yeah, it's a different mode of music than playing a guitar, certainly.
As I remember you playing it when I saw you play it last, you mainly play single notes at a time. It's not so chordal, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Are there drone strings?
Kind of. I mean, there's the under strings, the sympathetic strings they're called, that resonate when you play any note on it. So those are there's 15 of them on my Rabab. And it doesn't really have a drone. It's like a sa, pa, sa, ma tuning. So you can drone the sa and the ma below a little bit. You can go back and forth with the pick and hit them, but it's not a drone in the sense of a tambor that's continuous. So, but you can apply that sa and the pa anywhere in the music to give it a little bit of a chord or more full effect. But it is mostly a single string.
We've got a lot more people coming on. We've got Julie from Taiwan, and somebody, Adele from Sicily. And Abe Raj wants to know, are you working on any new recording projects right now?
Yeah, I'm working almost every day recording. I have a Bandcamp page, which I think I've got about 20, since the January 15th or something when I started the page up. I've recorded about 15 or 20 new things there, and I have about 150 more to go. So I work on it daily and sometimes all day. And my self goal, which good time now to do it when there's not so much outside activity to do, is to just record a lot. So I expect to have 100 things up there by the end of the year, something like that. So a lot of new recordings. They're all home recordings, nothing like in the studio with a bunch of great musicians. It's all me. I play all the instruments. It's a lot of fun.
Do you get mad with yourself because you didn't play well enough on the other track?
No, the other track I was playing is good, but I couldn't hear it enough to stay in time with it. So I was just letting it be kind of a tambura drone in the background.
Yeah.
On the recording, it came out very nicely in tune, of course.
And so when you say 100 recordings, these are all individual songs or tracks? Or...
Yeah, or chants, or shabads, or English songs. They're all individual tracks. What I'm doing on the Bandcamp is just putting individual tracks, no albums. I did albums many years, so now they're all just individual tracks.
I wonder if the day of the album is gone.
I think it's, I mean, when you used to buy a rock album, right, you'd like 4 or 5, 6 songs on it, but there was 2 or 3 that you didn't like that much.
Right.
So but they were there, so if you listened to the album, you sort of had to listen to them, or you had to get over there and move it. And that's old school, of course. So I think just single tracks, and especially with our yoga tracks are so long, a lot of my tracks are 15, 20 minutes long, so kind of like a mini album. And the beauty is you can listen to it many, many times up there. You don't have to buy it to listen to it.
Yeah, and people are, wanting just to buy a track here, a track there, or just stream it from the services. Are all your tracks, all your new tracks, are they going to be available on streaming services like Spotify?
I haven't loaded anything new up on Spotify. I know there's a lot of my old stuff was uploaded by Invincible Records, so it's up there. The new stuff I haven't got into Spotify. And like I say, you can stream it, I think, 7 or 8 times on the site before it asks you to pay $1 and buy it. So if you like it enough to listen 7 times, you can stick $1 in there and everybody's happy. Got to buy the grocery.
The changing realities of the music industry, both because of just the changes to the digital age, but also because of COVID. So you're not able to tour. So
right.
This is how you're trying to reach out to people who want to listen to your music.
Yes, so my way is, it's a good time for me to just record, and I always love playing in the studio anyway, where you sort of control things a little more. And And it's fun playing all the instruments. You know, I'm dusting off my mandolin and tabla and some of these instruments I haven't played in a while. So it's fun. It's a good
You
time.
never have too many instruments, right?
Well, not in my experience, no.
Yeah. So I know that in addition to playing music and being a recording artist of many years, you also teach. So are you doing any teaching online these days?
Yeah, I've been teaching a little series to Russia, Nad Yoga. Nad is the yoga of sound, of course, how we produce sound and mantra and the effect on the brain chemistry and that sort of thing. So I've been teaching a series to Russia, and I teach a lot of private music lessons online also, guitar, ukulele, different stuff like that, tabla. And I'm open to doing more. They want me to do a teacher's training in Estonia, which is coming up soon. I got to figure that out. So there is a way. We're just mastering this technology, the camera, and so it's a coming thing to teach more online. Because travel, yeah, who knows when we can travel the way we used to.
Yeah, indeed. So just to let you know, Abe Raj, you know Abe Raj Singh of
Oh yeah, I remember him well, yes.
Yeah, he's just done you a little favor and posted in the comments section your Spotify link so people can find your music there.
Okay, but then I'm more excited about the new stuff on Bandcamp, so
Okay, so Abe Raj, you got to go to Bandcamp. Got it?
find me on Bandcamp, Abe Raj, and post that.
Yeah, well,
Mandir and Friends, it's called.
I wonder if you'd like to play a few more minutes of that, maybe just the English part.
Yeah,
The kind of going out, say 3-4 minutes of that, and then we'll
Okay.
finish up the broadcast.
okay. Can you time me like 4 minutes, because it goes a little longer than that. All right, so this is the English meaning of the Shabad, very beautiful. Everything is within the home, nothing is outside. He who seeks without is lost in doubt. By Guru's grace he who's found the Lord within his mind is secure, within and without, within and without. Within and without. Within him the stream of nectar drizzles down like rain. The soul drinks and hears, reflects upon the name. It rejoices and enjoys day and night, and plays in the play of the Lord forever and I, forever and I. Forever and separated since many births, I have now met God, and though dried up, I have become green again. Through the Guru I've obtained exquisite understanding, meditated on the name, and have met the Lord, have met the Lord. Have met the Lord. water blend with water. So my light is blended in our Lord's light. Saith Nanak, the shadows of delusion have been cut down. There shall be no more wandering again, no more wandering again. No more wandering again.
Well, thanks again, Mandir. That was really beautiful as well. To reveal the meaning through those lyrics that way. So there's been questions, but we'll get to them maybe on Tuesday when we have that program. There is the Bandcamp link that's been put in the comments section if you want to take a look at that. And Mandir's music is there. Do you, by the way, Kirtan is asking, do you have a recording of 31 minutes of Satanama?
Yeah. No, I mean, Satanama is not a real musical project that I could see. It's more like you just do it.
Yeah.
I haven't saw fit to put it to music properly, no. So
Yeah.
no.
All right.
No, I don't have it.
Well, I want to again thank you and let our listeners know that next week, Friday, my guest will be Dave Sarupkar, and she'll be talking about the Narayan Shabad, which is the benefit of that Shabad is that it blesses your home. So please tune in for that. And I'll be back with you on Tuesday and Thursday next week for your Miracle Mantra Moment with Dandanam Das Guru. And we'll talk and we'll chant and we'll see you then. Thanks again for joining us today with our wonderful guest, Mandir Singh. Be well, stay safe, and stay home if you can. Satnam.
Sadam.
Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa.
Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.